He gets it back. Yes! That's the goal that will send Sunderland into the final playoff at Wembley.
Side has moved to Wembley for surely the biggest game in Sunderland's history. It's a thrilling climax to a three-day soccer playoff spectacular. The Roker side is just one game away from a dramatic return to the First Division. Only Swindon Town bar their way to ending the club's 5-year exile from the top flight. Hello and welcome to one of the most famous stadiums in the world on a scorching hot afternoon. It's a perfect stage for a match of this magnitude. No one has ever played for such stakes in such a fantastic arena. So let's go inside and savour the atmosphere with your match commentator, Roger Taines.
And now the cheers can really start as the teams walk out onto the Wembley stage. Both Sunderland's Dennis Smith and Swindon Town's Ozzy Ardiles have enjoyed Wembley success as players, but as opposing managers, they both know the prize at stake today far longer lasting than any cup glory. Smith won a League Cup winners' medal with Stoke back in '72. Ardiles was a member of the Spurs side who lifted the FA Cup in 1981. Now they lead their teams out onto a brand new Wembley experience. This first ever second division playoff final is already an overwhelming success before a ball is even kicked. It's an 80,000 sellout. Sunderland sold 33,000 tickets, but the club reckon there should be well over 40,000 Wearsiders here today. But as Wembley fever has certainly gripped Wiltshire too. Even though Swindon only averaged 10,000 gates, their 30,000 allocation was eagerly snapped up too, a tribute to the impact Ozzy Ardiles has made on the West Country town. Smith has repeatedly insisted the only ones who believed Sunderland were good enough to win a place in the First Division were the players and staff themselves. But on limited resources, the Roker men have developed a strength of teamwork that's carried them through a gruelling campaign, not to mention two explosive semi-finals against the old enemy Newcastle. Now they stand an afternoon away from a second promotion in 3 years. Sunderland take a Wembley gamble on Colin Pascoe, who's won his fitness fight and returns after 10 games out with a knee injury. He replaces Warren Hawke, who isn't on the bench. His place goes to Brian Atkinson. For Swindon, 9 players survived from last year's playoffs when they lost to Crystal Palace. Ardiles has completely changed the team's style with his novel diamond formation midfield. Number 10, Ross McLaren, has been converted from sweeper to play in front of the back four. Tom Jones and Steve Foley provide the horsepower, while number 4, Alan McLaughlin, plays just behind the 54-goal striking partnership of Duncan Shearer and Steve White. Referee John Martin from Alton in Hampshire. Sunderland had the misfortune to be the first team relegated to the third division under the playoffs, but they can make up for all the recent disappointments by becoming the first team to win the First Division status at Wembley. Sunderland, of course, playing in their change strip of all blue, Swindon in their familiar red shirts, white shorts, and it's Swindon who are attacking the huge bank of Sunderland supporters away to our right. McPhail with the early header there, and Armstrong, whose power in midfield will be so critical. But there's Duncan Shearer. And Tony Norman pleased to get an early solid touch on this. Duncan Shearer very much the danger man. He scored at Roker Park early in the season. 4 years ago, of course, Swindon were in Division 4. Lou Macari took them through 2 divisions. Now Ardiles has the Wiltshire side in its third playoffs in 4 years. Remember, Swindon have to put behind them all their off-the-field troubles. Allegations over betting and improper payment still have to be investigated, and their status could depend as much on that as this afternoon's game. Now this is Gordon Armstrong. Gates, and Agbula pushes it in. And the fall for Gates here, across the face of the goal, and Gabbiadini couldn't rise, and Hours it is who comes wide as Sunderland take the early initiative. Sunderland, who start the underdogs, But in the year of the underdog, as Dennis Smith has been quick to point out, they believe they could come from 6th place to snatch First Division status. And they had the opportunity to snatch the early lead here with the free kick. He pushed Gary Bennett forward and John McPhail wearing 4 and 5. Still not clear. Gates and Fraser Digby very calmly pulls that one out of the air. Fraser Digby, ever present this season. And that should have settled Sunderland, but now it's Steve White for Swindon. Out wide for Steve Foley. Tackled there by Gary Owers and John Kay, but still it's Swindon who come forward. It's really going to be fascinating to see how the players react to this. Steve Foley, goal at Blackburn, set town on their way to Wembley. Very much a cup final atmosphere here, whereas in the cup the teams really have nothing to lose. It's not the case here. And Gabbiadini's pace, Gabbiadini away into the side netting, and this is a confident start by the Roker men. Gabbiadini's pace will be the danger that Swindon know about. Colin Calderwood, the town skipper, gets a pat on the back for matching him, but again it's Swindon who have the early problems. So Sunderland with the corner. And well taken by Digby. Now Steve White, and Kay missed it, and White! And that was a chance there for Steve White. And Kay's mistake should have been punished. Steve White, 27 this season. His goals took Swindon out of Division 3, and they could so nearly have put them within arm's reach of Division 1. Kay made a terrible mess of it. White flashed well wide. White, who scored in both semis against Blackburn, could have got Swindon off to the perfect start. And Gates had drifted offside. Gates' speed of thought more than anything, and his flicks and deft touches that can create the danger. Just a little bit too quick for himself there. Agbula, Armstrong, Pascoe takes it up instead. Nice turn. Gates tightly marked by Kerslake. Armstrong, Agbula. Armstrong is a really determined look about both sides so far. McLaughlin now. Looking for Shearer, the knockback for White, and McPhail, and White again, and White just over, tipped over by Norman, and no wonder White holds his head. He may have missed the target with that earlier chance, but he certainly fired it in there. And White quickly onto it, blasts it, and Norman fingertips it over. And White close a second time to giving Swindon the lead. Tom Jones will swing the corner in. The central defenders are up there. Calderwood on the near post. It's towards Calderwood. Bennett got to it, and high wide, well over the top by Duncan Shearer. Shearer, the former Chelsea player who favoured First Division football with the Londoners. Now looking for a second spell there. Only ever had 2 First Division games for them though. Looking for a rather longer campaign now. Jose Ardilo's joined as player-manager. Sub in the first 2 games, including the opening defeat of the season by Sunderland at Swindon, but now keeping on the bench. Armstrong, Agbula, Sunderland working this left flank. Armstrong's carried on the run. Pascoe looking sharp and confident. Bracewell looking to get Armstrong away, but he just made the run a shade too early. Gordon Armstrong, whose 13 goals from midfield have been a prominent feature of Sunderland's promotion campaign, and the manager's own player of the year. White Looking for Shearer, McPhail, and White's in there, and he's put it wide off the post, and Shearer and Norman, and a remarkable escape there for Sunderland. McPhail handed Swindon the lead on the plate, and somehow they turned it down. There was the moment of madness. White could not believe it. He could have had a hat-trick already. He thought he must have got the first, and it went all the way along the line off that post. And then Shearer couldn't capitalise, and Norman and Bennett between them finally cleared the danger. Amazing. Well, White could have had 3, but still, there's no score. Steve White, what must he be thinking? No, he can't afford to turn down chances like that. And Sunderland will be praying they ride this luck. Kerslake. Dangerous build-up again from Swindon. And back by Bracewell to Norman. Kerslake, McLaren, Jones back for Kerslake. 20 minutes gone, no score, but Swindon can't believe they're not ahead. And White, quite astonishing this again. White had to pull it back, and that's how close it was to the opening goal. And Tony Norman now bellowing at his own defence. Sunderland really must tighten up at the back. They've made 2 appalling errors. They've let in Steve White. And back now by Ross McLaren. McLaughlin is away, and McLaughlin past Bennett as well. Great run here by McLaughlin. And with his legs this time, Tom Jones denied. How many more chances does Swindon want? And they're going to rebuild this as the great escape. Another astonishing chance there for Swindon. And Sunderland press forward now. Great work down the left flank by McLaughlin, and Jones had the clear chance, and Norman saved it with his legs. Four chances Swindon have had, 4 times they've tossed them to one side. And they must just be hoping that Sunderland's generosity will continue. Sunderland manager Dennis Smith on the bench can't know what to think. Bodin. McLaughlin. Shearer. McLaughlin again. Shearer has time to turn. McLaren. Bodin now wants to get in on the act. McLaughlin. And Bodin. Now McPhail is there, and Sunderland's defence is all over the place. Swindon forwards cannot believe the time and space they're getting. McPhail, another last-ditch clearance there. Another dangerous ball played in, and McPhail just dived at it. It could have gone anywhere. And many Roker fans have felt that Sunderland's defence is not their strong point. They're having a nightmare now. Half away. McLaren knocks it in. Gittins was up there. Shearer. Kay got a foot to it. Now Armstrong can break. Armstrong looks up. Kay wants it in the right back position. Here's Kay. Gabbiadini leaving it for Gates. Gates, the first-time effort. And Gates quickly onto that one. He set Sunderland on their way to Wembley, of course, in that second semi-final at Newcastle. No real power there, though, to trouble Fraser Digby. These playoffs have produced some heart-stopping moments already. And this first Wembley final for the second division really has been an astonishing game. And Gary Bennett, the skipper, has the job of sorting out this back four. They're under pressure again. Pascoe going towards the near post there. Tom Jones will be with the corner. Jones clipping it in. Easy for Hours in the end. But Swindon get the throw. Kerslake for Jones. Jones against Pascoe. McLaughlin back for Kerslake. And Jones. Still the pressure's on. This time it was Foley who came in. Steve Foley. He got the goal at Blackburn, but set town on their way to Wembley. And the header never really got on top of it. And another chance and another strike at goal by Swindon. Well, they must think they just have to score. There must also be that self-doubt that creeps in, that worries when golden chances like this are being thrown away. Still it's Swindon who come forward. Sunderland just can't get a grip of the ball in midfield and take some pressure off their own defence. And McLaughlin with room to turn and attack. And it's got in this time, and it got the touch off Bennett. And McLaughlin's given Swindon the lead. It had to come. After all that had gone before it, it took a deflection. The Swindon fans celebrate. McLaughlin allowed to run in there. It came off Bennett. Norman had no chance. McLaughlin, look at the space he had. Bennett and Norman wrong-footed and stranded and desperate. And Ardiles sees his team take the lead. 26 minutes gone. It's Sunderland 0, Swindon Town 1, and surely just inevitable. But here comes Sunderland now, and Pascoe appeals for the handball, but it was straight off the chest of Gittins. And McLaughlin may well claim the credit for that. It would be his 17th of the season. Off agonies with Sunderland down to the third and back up again now. Sees luck so cruel. What a moment, a terrible moment there for Gary Bennett. There's a definite West Country burr in the singing now. And Dennis Smith, who's taken Sunderland from third to the brink of the first, just surely cannot believe what he's seen in this opening half hour or so. Alan McLaughlin, there'll be some debate, no doubt, as to whether that should be his goal or Gary Bennett's. Certainly Bennett won't be fighting for the honour. McLaughlin will be more than keen to hang on to it. And Bennett having a torrid time. Gittins, 5 minutes left in this opening half, and Sunderland desperate to haul themselves back into this game. This is a better looking build-up again, but it comes to nothing. And Swindon breaking till Hours regains possession for Sunderland. Kay, Armstrong, Bennett, nice turn. And the referee was looking to play the advantage, but when the second challenge came in, he gave the foul, but the kick's been quickly taken. Hours, Gates, nice turn, but just went away from him before he had the chance to maybe test Digby. dangerous run this from Kerslake. Norman stood there, and White, and Norman hesitated, and White couldn't believe it. That's another chance for White. Could have had 4 now. Ball played in there, White, it bounced awkwardly, and Norman, who hesitated at first, was glad of the second chance. Fitton's another one of the bargain buys at Swindon, just 40,000 from Southampton. Looking a bargain at many times the price. McLaughlin. Now Jones. Jones straight at Norman. Tom Jones only 1 goal this season. He hasn't hit the target since September. Hours. It's got to be said that Sunderland's midfield must take its share of the responsibility as well. They've not done too much to take the pressure off their beleaguered back four. Bennett. Gabbiadini takes it down well. No foul. Kerslake. That one fell a little kindly for him. Armstrong and Shearer battling. Armstrong dives in, but Swindon have it again. Calderwood for Bodin. It's all Swindon at the moment. Gracewell, solid and resolute there, but still it's Swindon who have it back. White's flick on, McLaughlin again, and McPhail's in front of him, and McLaughlin, and yet another chance, and yet again the space opens up on the edge of the Sunderland penalty area, and no defender's boot that time there to help the ball on. McLaughlin tried to curl it round, but just didn't get the bend on the ball. There goes the half-time whistle. It's been all Swindon. Sunderland haven't known what's hit them, and McLaughlin's goal after 26 minutes was surely inevitable after a series of amazing escapes by Sunderland. Gary Bennett, the Sunderland skipper, had the misfortune to deflect the ball past his own goalkeeper, but there could be no arguments with the justice of the half-time scoreline. It's Sunderland 0, Swindon Town 1, and Sunderland have it all to do. So we're underway again in the second half, with Sunderland perhaps considering themselves slightly fortunate to be only 1 goal down. Their last 2 Wembley appearances have ended in defeat. In the Mercantile Centenary Classic, and of course in the Milk Cup, while Swindon look more destined to repeat their only previous Wembley appearance here. A spectacular League Cup win when they're in the 3rd division against Arsenal back in '69. And there's Alan McLaughlin, who no doubt will have been backing his own claims to be credited with that goal during half-time. Bennett, the man who got the final touch there, getting the ball forward. And Swindon will be looking to resume where they left off. Free kick there. Quickly taken, but from the wrong spot. Martinez will be satisfied perhaps that they're in the lead, but distraught that so many chances have been turned down in that amazing opening 20-25 minutes. Dennis Smith has had to say to try and repair Sunderland's shell-shocked troops. Now Bennett. Bodin. And that's a throw for Sunderland, who of course finished level on points with Swindon Town at the end of the season. Newcastle there of course missed out with that 6-point advantage, and it could well be the 4th place team perhaps that goes forward into Division 1, unless of course Sunderland can find something early on in the second half. Little flick on Calderwood, and Sunderland's attack hasn't really put Calderwood and co under any sort of sustained pressure. Okay, it's not a bad ball in. Pascoe was there, and Pascoe, with that 10-game absence behind him, will be concerned to see if he can stay the distance. Sunderland have Grant Atkinson and Thomas Hauser on the bench, remember, a midfield man and a forward. Bula forward, and Kerslake robbed by Pascoe. Kerslake. McPhail. And that's a Sunderland ball. McPhail, who was in the thick of it during that first half, really looking for his midfield perhaps to get a bit more control. McLaughlin, did he use the hand to control that one? Apparently not, says the referee. And Bennett, who's had no chance to come forward at all so far, but breaking for the first time. Hours have made the run ahead of him. The tackle was from Calderwood, and now McLaughlin. And away goes Shearer. Brace were tracking, and still Shearer going. Shearer! And wide again, and now it's Shearer's turn to toss the chance away. It was his partner, Steve White, who had a string of them in the first half, and Shearer shrugged off the challenge from Bracewell, got away from him. It was 1-on-1, but he snatched at the shot and it went wide. And the pattern of the first half repeated early in the second. And Gabbiadini now. And Digby out, and Gabbiadini got a knock then as he went through, but Gabbiadini starting to make his presence felt. And he looks in a bit of a bad way, and this would be an absolute body blow. Gabbiadini really looks in trouble there. Digby going over to him, holding his ankle as the keeper came out, and he seemed to twist awkwardly there. Steve Smeltz, the Sunderland physio, on. Tony Norman waiting to take the kick. It looked as though Gabbiadini fell awkwardly then as keeper Fraser Digby came out. Gabbiadini is so quick and looks to get away so positively. But Digby was positive, and that's where he came down on it, and that looked painful. The magic sponge goes on, and Gabbiadini will know they just cannot afford to lose him from this battle. He's going to carry on, of course. It just depends how much it's slowed that pace of Digby. Had to come for that one. Norman still waiting to take the kick. Hit deep. Gabbiadini just hobbling around in the midfield at the moment. Kerslake. McLaughlin. McLaughlin there. Gabbiadini still getting treatment from Steve Smelt. The trousers you can see there belong to a very worried manager, Dennis Smith. Bracewell for Armstrong. Bracewell. A rather optimistic one, that. Paul Bracewell. Played all his football in Division 1 until this season when he came to Roker Park. Martinez looking very composed, up and down off that bench as well, underlining the anxiety that must be there, so much at stake. Calderwood, not a convincing clearance. Bowden's a little better. Bracewell found Hours. Hours checks and Gates. And there was a challenge there as Gates went for the ball, and Gates didn't like it at all. But Gates, who can go down fairly quickly, to say the least, gets nothing out the referee. McLaren. Kay. Sunderland desperately trying to get some forward momentum going. Swindon are having none of it. Kerslake to McLaren. And Swindon pass it around again and release McLaughlin from the midfield position. Armstrong has come back with him out of play. Gabbiadini going for another word with Dennis Smith there. Still looks far from happy. And White's at the other end. And White looked as though he could have got another one then. And Bennett lashes it clear. And suddenly the opening came again for Steve White. And again, Sunderland managed to clear the danger, and somehow they've got it away. Steve White, while Sunderland's manager was concerned with Gabbiadini, and White came close once again to scoring. Got in between the defenders, got the shot on target, but Norman was there and he couldn't follow up, and Bennett just did enough. Armstrong towards Gabbiadini. They cannot mount any serious test. Gabbiadini still soldiering on. Fail. Good work again on a solid shot by Foley. Lovely providing work though by White, and Foley followed up and blasted it. And the danger not clear yet. And here's Foley again.
Right, well, that's the ref.
Boom here, no marking at all. And it's like shooting practice at times. It's not so much that Swindon's forwards are losing their markers, the marking just isn't there. And Colin Pascoe is going off for Sunderland. The young Brian Atkinson who comes on. Brian Atkinson, 19 years of age, and one of the youngsters who come through under Dennis Smith's tuition, and he really needs that progress to flower here at Wembley. And Sunderland are going to keep in touch with the hope of First Division football next season. And even more significant that Gabbiadini is staying on. Hauser, the more obvious replacement, of course, for Gabbiadini. That option still open. And Atkinson, more of a midfield player than quite the forward instincts of Pascoe. And he had an extended run in November and December, and he needs to make his presence felt now. Bennett. Armstrong. Gabbiadini, Gates ahead. And he'd run into an offside position, but the referee acknowledges the signal from the linesman and keeps play moving. Hours. And now Hours, it fell kindly for him. Gates ahead of him wants it. Gates can't provide that little flick. And good work there by Ross McLaren. Really has played that role, tidying up in midfield so effectively. And Shearer now. And it was White, the provider for Duncan Shearer. Nowhere near the target with that effort. And now it's Thomas Hauser that's going to come on. And it's Eric Gates coming off. Not Gabbiadini, they're going to persist with Gabbiadini. Off goes Gates, and I wonder if we'll see him again in a Sunderland shirt. Thomas Hauser, the West German, who scored half a dozen goals this season and has had his moments coming off the bench. Can he do it again? Ardiles, a World Cup winner with Argentina, but now very much a fixture in the English football scene and on the threshold of becoming a First Division manager at the end of his first season in management. Sunderland's fans there trying to rouse themselves, but the Roker Roar has really been on low volume this afternoon. In fairness, they've had very little sustained pressure from their team to get behind. Now Sunderland have the free kick. What can they conjure up now? Dickinson in there. Magbula, who's never got a league goal for Sunderland or anyone else for that matter. And a little bit optimistic that this might have been the greatest moment of his life to break his duck. Armstrong rallying people for a last-ditch effort. Armstrong, a great battler for Sunderland. Kerslake. Bodin taking on Kay, a dangerous ball in, Shearer's there, and just wide of that upright. Shearer, the 27-goal man, strong in the air. Bennett knows that Sunderland must get the ball forward. Hauser's flick, Gabbiadini. The referee's whistle had gone for an offence. Swindon's ball. And it's been a wretched afternoon for Gabbiadini. Twisting his ankle has definitely slowed him up, but so few openings have come his way. The Swindon fans starting to celebrate. About 7 or 8 minutes left, that may be premature. Now here's Hauser, but Gittins calling for Digby to come forward. Agboola, Shearer was there, he did well, Agboola. Now young Brian Atkinson. Hauser, not a bad flick that. And again, Calderwood so determined. McLaughlin, but it falls for McPhail. And McPhail comes forward. Armstrong. Hours. Kay is in support outside of him. This is John Kay. Bracewell into the middle for Hauser. Swindon had 3 men to it before Sunderland even realised what was going on. Sunderland's ball coming up to the last 5 minutes of the match left. Can Sunderland produce something really sensational here and take this game? Confident pass back at this stage of the proceedings. Fraser Digby on a long kick forward. And McLaughlin now picks it up. And this is Jones. And there's men in the middle. Shearer is there, so too Kay. And Shearer, great save back from Tony Norman. Brilliant reactions. Right there as the provider. A lovely ball in, and Shearer could do no more than that, and Norman somehow got to it. Tremendous save. Shearer robbed. All the noise coming from behind the goal. Swindon are attacking now. Kerslake knocks the ball in, and White is underneath it again. But he must know this is not going to be his afternoon for a goal. His contribution to Swindon's promotion push stands at the 27-goal mark, and so much more as well. Norman puts the ball forward again. Armstrong is up there, Hauser, and Gabbiadini now. Gabbiadini looking to get away, but there's so many red shirts around him. Just for a second it looked as though the ball might break for Gabbiadini. But Swindon closed ranks so quickly. The whistle's gone for the offence there. Armstrong, the guilty man. Dennis Smith, who's achieved so much, walked into Roker Park and took them straight out of the third. And in only a second season in the second division has come within a game of Division 1. The referee acknowledges the signal from his linesman. The players going through the routines. But for Sunderland, the disappointment of coming so close. They started this final as underdogs. Very few people outside of Roker Park believed they could challenge for the First Division, with only 2 players brought in. But they've confounded their critics, and although First Division will still elude them, they can certainly look back on their achievements with pride this season. And that's it! Swindon have made history. They're back in Division 1. 109 years they've waited for this moment. Swindon, generations of Swindon fans have never seen First Division football in Wiltshire, but these men have done it. Ardiles, the broadest smile, and who could deny him? Because Swindon have been worth their win. The scoreline may be narrow, but the measure of their superiority was vast. Sunderland will claim they sold themselves short on the day, but they had a nightmare start. The defence was in tatters, and Swindon took their chance, and Swindon, it's got to be said, deserved to have won promotion on the evidence of today. Scenes of celebration. David Kerslake there in tears. The work, well, it's all come good for the West Country team, and Gary Bennett, perhaps the most desolate figure. It was his touch that produced the only goal of the game from Alan McLaughlin's shot. Desperate disappointment. Gabbiadini, who was only half a force after twisting his ankle, but nothing went right for Sunderland. A desperate afternoon for the Wearsiders. Eric Gates there next to him. The Sunderland striking partnership there really never got a chance. Ardiles generously there, sparing a moment for the Sunderland players. And what a career this man has had. A World Cup winner, an FA Cup winner, a UEFA Cup winner. No prizes though for Sunderland. They acknowledge the fans who've come down in droves, but it's Swindon who can really acknowledge the cheers. You still manage a cheer there the loyal Sunderland supporters. They've seen such good value from their team. Nobody could have done more for Wearside than Dennis Smith, but he knows that when it came to the final crunch, his squad was too thin. He knows that he's got a foundation for a First Division push. It needs strengthening. That must be the message now for Sunderland. They need to add to what they've got. The full-time score at Wembley, that Swindon Town have won this first ever playoff for a First Division place. They've beaten Sunderland by the only goal of the game, scored by Alan McLaughlin off a Gary Bennett deflection. And it's Swindon who go up to collect a special playoff trophy. The trophy, a mere token, and now Swindon will wait to see what their off-the-field problems will yield and whether they will take their place in the First Division. They've earned it on today's evidence. It's Swindon who grabbed the third Second Division promotion place behind Leeds United and Sheffield United. And who could deny them their moment after 109 years?
Dennis, a very long season, a very sad end to it.
Yes, it is. I mean, we started with a win over Swindon, we finished with a loss over Swindon. On the day, they were the better side. I mean, the first half, we gave them far too much room. They took full advantage of us. If it hadn't been for Tony Norman, we would have got a bit of a tanking. But we went in one goal down. I thought in the second half we could get that back. We changed our tactics. It was working. Unfortunately, Marco took a knock with his collision with the keeper, and we lost that little bit of zip. But on the day, the better team won, and we can't argue about that.
Yes, it was a wonderful day for us and everybody connected with Swindon Town Football Club. Just to be in Wembley is a wonderful occasion, but to win the game is really, really magic.
We've come here today, a great occasion to supporters and ourselves, but I think on the day we didn't play, and I don't think we've got any arguments with the result. I thought Swindon on the day were a different class. They played ever such good football. We didn't really get going. We had a good spell the first 5 minutes. After that, we seemed to die, and we were always chasing the game. And once we were chasing the game, we couldn't catch it, and they good deserved winners in the end.
Yourself, a fantastic game for yourself.
You don't get any consolation out of that, to be honest. I think you look back on the game, and the goal they scored had a bit of a fluke about it. I think the lad hit the shot, had it covered the other end, and Gary stuck a foot out and he slogged up near the corner. To lose a game like that's a bit disappointing, but as I say, no complaints, they deserve to win.
To be fair to Sunderland, I mean, it could have been easily 7-1, maybe even 7-0. I mean, the two front lines didn't have the best of days, but they don't care who scored the goal or whatever. But everyone worked superbly for each other. We all tried to play and get involved in the game. Everyone worked, right from Fraser dominated the area right up to the front lads. They worked their hearts out for the team. We knew we had to get in behind them, and we knew by playing the passing game we'd just get round them, and eventually something had to come. Although there's a slight deflection, I think the record book says it's my goal, and I don't really care. As long as you went in the net, it doesn't really matter.
The fans have been superb, the away fans especially all season. But listen to them, they deserve a First Division club. They're magnificent, so I'll take my hat off to them anytime.
The rebuilding programme over the close season?
Yes, I start work again, tomorrow's deciding on which players to retain, see the chairman to see what money I can have and to see where I can go and buy players, because obviously we need more players. I know that, everybody knows that, but we've done tremendously well with what we've got. Unfortunately, we fell at the last hurdle.
So, a sad end to one of the North East's most dramatic seasons. The region still hasn't got a side in the First Division, and it's back to the drawing board for the managers. It's a long way back to Wearside for the fans, but they can't deny Swindon their success. From Wembley, good night.
Sunderland just can't get a grip of the ball in midfield and take some pressure off their own defence. And McLaughlin with room to turn and attack. And it's got in this time, and it got the touch off Bennett, and McLaughlin's given Swindon the lead. It had to come. After all that had gone before it took a deflection. The Swindon fans celebrate.